Good evening to all of you. Let's discuss the remaining current affairs of the January month given in the pratiyogita darpan. There is a very renowned magazine of USA that is called Forbes. Forbes. It's a more than 100 years old magazine as it was founded in 1917. This Forbes has evaluated the currencies across the globe and reached in a conclusion to decide the most powerful currency in the world. Most powerful currency in the world. Generally, we think a dollar is the most powerful. But I want you to know that $1 nowadays is how much? $1. At present, it is 83. In order to get $1, you have to spend 83 rupees. And in 2014, what was the value of dollar? 63. 63. Okay. 63. So, means the value of rupee is going in which direction, it is very much visible from this particular fact. According to Forbes magazine, the most powerful currency is dinar of Saudi Arabia. Dinar of Saudi Arabia. Please don't get confused with South Africa, because the currency of South Africa is known to all of us, is not the dinar. If you want to get one dinar, how much money, what do you think you have to spend? 110? No. The options are 100, 200, 300. None of them. 270 rupees. 270 rupees. So you can easily compare where the dollar is standing and where the dinar of Saudi Arabia is standing. All right. So where the currency of India is lying? In 15th position, and US dollar is standing in the 10th position. But these are not important. The important thing is this: dinar of Saudi Arabia, the most powerful currency declared by the Forbes, a renowned business magazine of USA, where India is standing in the 15th position and USA is standing, or you can say the US dollar is standing in the 10th position. As I have discussed about the money economy section, so I also want you to know the top 5 GDP in the world, and this has been declared. By the way, this is declared by so many institutions like IMF, World Bank, but which I am discussing, which is given in the magazine, this is related to the Henley and passport index. According to Henley and passport, this also releases the powerfulness of the passports of the various countries. But the same index has also released the top 5 economies in the world. So the very first one is USA. Second, China. Third,
Britain.
yes,
Britain.
no, Germany. Fourth, Japan. And fifth one is India. This sequence is known. Okay, I don't doubt on your understanding, but my concern is not only to tell you this list. How you can understand this list in a much better sense, then I would like to tell you, what do you think? What is the GDP of India in terms of trillion? Then only you will understand how far we are lying from USA and how much distance we have, because we always say we want to be the Vishnu and we want to be this or that. The practical meaning of Vishnu is that we have to be economically super powerful. Automatically we will be the Vishnu. So in order to be the Vishnu, we don't need to be the means the knowledge of Vedas and Puranas. That's a different thing. Nowadays, the practical meaning of Vishnu, if India comes in the first position, automatically we will get the permanent seat. So India's GDP is 3.7 trillion US dollar. 3.7. And US, it is, I am giving a rough figure, that is around 30 US billion dollar. And China is standing around 20 US billion dollar. So you can very easily understand, I mean, this 3.7 and this 30 US billion dollar trillion economy. So this is the gap which we need to cover. I mean, when 8 or 9 Indians will come together, then we will be able to compete with USA. And you should not forget the population of India. The population of India is 4 times the population of USA. The population of USA is somewhere around 33. And we have 140. So in that context, when you calculate, then somewhere I have read that, by the way, it is little bit exaggeration, that 50 Indians earn whatever money is being earned by one US citizen. If you want to be little more accurate, then certainly the 40 will be the right answer. So these are the 5 top GDPs of the world. So only my concern is this, that only coming in the 5th position is not the important factor here. In order to come in the first position or in the second position, we have to understand these figures if we want to be the practical Vishnu. Now let's discuss, as the budget has been passed, economic survey has also been released. We always get one segment, one thing in that economic survey or in budget, that is from where the rupee comes, or the paisa comes, and where it goes. So some components, I'm not going to discuss the whole 1 rupee or 100 paisa, but some of the important from where the rupee comes. So 28 paisa out of, look, from here you can say, the money is coming and the rupee is going. So any idea could tell me from which particular section the maximum proportion of rupee or paisa comes?
GST.
No, GST comes in the third position. GST comes in the third position. The first is borrowing. Borrowing. The second is income tax. The third is GST. And the fourth one is what? Corporate tax. Corporate tax. Any idea from borrowing how much we are getting from borrowing? It is any guess out of 100 paisa how much we are getting from borrowing? Look, this is the sequence which we need to keep in mind.
23.
No, it is 28. 28. 28 paisa comes from borrowing. Income tax 19 paisa. GST 18. And this corporate tax 17 paisa. What do you think? Where the maximum rupee goes?
उधार देने में. उधार देने में.
Interest payment. Interest payment. How much? After the interest payment,
केंद्र प्रायोजित योजनाएं.
the share of states. Share of states. The third one is the central sector scheme, and the fourth one is centrally sponsored scheme. There is a difference between central sector scheme and the centrally sponsored scheme. So in central sector scheme, the whole money is given by the central government, whereas in the centrally sponsored scheme, a certain proportion is given by the state and some proportion is given by the central government. So interest payment goes 20 paisa. And this also goes 20 paisa. Interest payments share of it 20 paisa. In the third position was what? The interest payment state
केंद्र प्रायोजित योजना.
centrally sector scheme, that is 16 paisa, and centrally sponsored scheme 8 paisa. 8 paisa. So in this way the rupee comes, and in this way, but by the way you can add some remaining things, but I am telling you the top 4 one which are affecting a lot. Okay, now let's discuss the global gender gap index. Global gender gap index 2023. First of all, that this index is released by World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. And anything which is released by World Bank, World Economic Forum, United Nations, World Bank, no need to tell you that these are highly significant ones. So World Economic Forum releases this gender gap report in the year 2023, what do you think the position of India, what has happened in comparison to, I'm telling you, the position of India in 2022, it was 135. What do you think in 2023 where India has shifted? Has this numeric value decreased or it has increased?
Decrease.
Decreased. Okay, yes, you are right, decreased. And a big jump has taken this year because India has reached, after reducing 7 points in the 127th position. So I think it is 8 point. Am I right? So this is the present situation of India, 127. Out of how many countries? Out of how many countries?
180.
No, 180 is not the right answer. Think about it. Okay. Which country stands in the first position? Iceland. Iceland. Okay. Iceland. Why we have jumped in the positive direction? I think out of 146.
विधेयक लाया गया.
Yes, the one reason is a very significant scheme which was launched by your Prime Minister in Haryana. What is the name of that place? Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. From which particular place in Haryana it was launched?
पानीपत.
Okay. So this is one reason. The second reason is that this time we have passed a bill which has given the 33% reservation to the women, because this global gender gap index, it evaluates the four components. The four components. The first is education, health. The third is women's participation in the politics. The participation of women in the politics and the political, or you can say economic decision making of the women. So the women empowerment, you can say one factor is there, and the participation of women in the political decision making. After evaluating all these four factors, this World Economic Forum has reached in a conclusion where India has been provided a place 127. Now let's discuss some of the festivals, but these are not the Holi and Diwali sort of festivals. The one is National Youth Festival. National Youth Festival. Where it has been celebrated? National Youth Festival.
नागपुर.
No, Nagpur is not the right answer. Nagpur is not the right answer. You are very close because the state is same. Nagpur comes under the Maharashtra division, but Nagpur is not the right answer. That place also starts with Na.
नासिक.
Yes, you are right. Nasik is the right answer.
कालाराम मंदिर.
I was checking, is this really 146 or not? So this is 146. Out of 146, India is standing in the 127. So it has been celebrated in Nasik. Nasik. Why this National Youth Festival is celebrated? In order to commemorate the birth anniversary of one of the most powerful visionary in Indian culture, in Indian history, that is Swami Vivekananda, the disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahansa. The disciple became more famous than his guru. A person who inculcated the Indian culture and values when he went to Chicago and gave a speech where he was given the 0 hour. So I am not going to discuss about that man. This National Youth Festival, 12th of January, has been celebrated in Nasik. One more festival is there, that is International Science Festival. International Science Festival, where it has been celebrated. International Science Festival. Yes?
Mumbai.
No. International Science Festival. It has been celebrated inside Haryana. There is a place called Faridabad. Faridabad. And this International Science Festival, mainly it talks about the scientific development and how the science has changed the life standard of human beings. This year, the International Science Festival, which has been celebrated in Faridabad inside Haryana, has given special attention or special emphasis to Chandrayaan 3, because there is no any country in the world which has landed Chandrayaan on the south pole of the moon, the portion which is not visible to us. India is the only country in this world. So this is a great achievement which has been celebrated while celebrating the International Science Festival in Faridabad, Haryana. Apart from this, you should also not forget that during COVID, the most populous country, India, by the way, I think that time India was not the most populous one. It became in 2023. But we are right now the most populous one. So we successfully injected the vaccine among all, or you can say, in a country which has the maximum population in the world now. And that was not an easy task. So that was also a big achievement which was celebrated while performing this International Science Festival. There are so many things, but these things were given in the magazine. That's what I'm discussing. One more thing was given, the aroma. No. That was not aroma revolution, something like this. It was introduced in Jammu and Kashmir. Aroma farming. Through this aroma farming, the income of the farmers of Kashmir were increased. Aroma is related to basically, you can say, some of the flowers, those are aromatic in nature. Anyway, the important thing is this, where this has been celebrated. International Science Festival. The last thing I want to discuss, that is the Swachh Sarvekshan Award. Swachh Sarvekshan Award. What do you think? Where this has been arranged? Swachhta Sarvekshan Award. Because nowadays, in review officers exam, you have seen a different kind of trend. They are asking who has celebrated, who has inaugurated. There was a question, Uttar Pradesh summit related question. Who celebrated? Who inaugurated? The first person was Prime Minister. I ticked in the President, but the right answer was Prime Minister inaugurated. And when it got celebrated, the month they also asked. However, it does not mean the next time they will follow the same pattern. But sometimes we need to follow what Commission has done. So in that context, this Swachh Sarvekshan Award, it has been given, or you can say this ceremony has been performed in this Jagat Mandapam in Delhi. And President Draupadi Murmuji initiated it, or you can say she distributed the awards. By the way, the ministry, as far as is concerned, which ministry conducts this Swachhta Sarvekshan? That is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. And the award is going to Indore plus Surat. They both have been awarded jointly the first position. This was the 7th consecutive year of Indore coming in the very first position. And these are the cities which have the population more than 1 lakh. One more question can be asked, which are those cities below 1 lakh? Okay, tell me, which is that city below 1 lakh which has been given the first prize? Or which state the city belongs?
Maharashtra.
Yes, Maharashtra is there, but the name of the place is Saswad. Okay, Saswad or Saswada. The second position goes to Patan. Patan, it is in Gujarat. And the third position goes to a place which is in Maharashtra, that is Lonavala. Very beautiful place. Once I went for my admission in BBA. That time, because my college was located in Lonavala, some of the movies are also shooted in the Lonavala. So Saswad, Patan and Lonavala. Below 1 lakh category and more than 1 lakh, this Indore and Surat. In terms of state, which state has come in the first position? Maharashtra. The second position? MP. And the third one? Chhattisgarh. So Maharashtra, MP and Chhattisgarh. Don't get confused that the Indore belongs to MP, so MP should be in the first position. No, Maharashtra is in the first position. Alright, so these were some of the issues which I wanted to discuss given in the Pratiyogita Darpan. The remaining things I will keep on discussing in my coming lectures. Namaskar.